Hey, good evening. You have tuned in to Scott, that's me, and I am the host of the Rookie Pacific Northwest Wine Enthusiast channel. I want to thank you guys for showing up. It is the week after Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a blessed Thanksgiving. Tonight we're going to go ahead and discuss a wine I found at Costco. It's called the Convert. It's a 2017 red blend. This is a unique project, and I'm going to pull it up here on my computer. It's the Tenant, the Covert Red Blend. This is a Rhone style red blend. This is a project between a winemaker. His name is Michael Gazier, and he is kind of one of Washington State's Rhone experts, and Chateau Saint Michelle. However, I did find out, and this was kind of interesting, that this is actually a larger project called the Elicit Wine Project. And for those that don't know who the Elicit Wine Project is, it's an umbrella group that has a lot of Washington and Pacific Northwest wines in it. Altered Dimensions, Born of Fire. Actually, Born of Fire. Yeah, Born of Fire is a higher end wine that is here in the Pacific Northwest. You've got Evenly, Fruit and Flower, Fret and Fancy, Intrinsic, Liquid Light, Murph, which I did a review of Murph about a year and a half ago, Saints and Sinners, which I also did a review of that wine, and now I am doing Tenant. So what is Rhone style? What's a Rhone style red blend? Typically, the three main grapes that make up Rhone style red blends are Grenache, Syrah, and Mourvèdre, obviously a GSM. However, this is not a GSM. I could not find on here what the exact blend was. So now that doesn't mean that all Rhone style blends have those. I mean, you could find, I did find here where, somebody was claiming that the 2017 red blend that this is, has not only Syrah, but Grenache. It could have Malbec in it, Merlot, Cab Sauv, Barbera, Cinsault, and Viognier. So don't know exactly where they got that information from, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that off to the side. But let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to grab my card here, my Wine Folly card. Now this is very close to purple. I would say it's more of a deep ruby, but it's very, very close to purple. Almost no light is coming through on this. Now I will say, when I did pour this on the nose is a very intense wine, which is exciting. Now, I don't know if I mentioned before, and I'll see if I can put the picture up here next to me. This wine normally sells at either Chateau Saint Michelle or on the Tenant wine page for $22 to $25 a bottle. That is a mid-tier wine typically. I picked this thing up at Costco for $9. Okay, $9 bloody dollars. I mean, how could I have a wine cellar full of Washington State and Oregon and Idaho wines. Why I couldn't pass that up, right? Anyways, let's get on the nose on this. This is very intense right off the bat. I mean, I don't have to get my nose very far into this glass or close to it. And I'm just getting all sorts of fruit flavors, blackberry bramble. There's a black cherry note. There's a little bit of an earthy note, which is pleasant to see. And I'm also picking up a little bit of oak. A little bit of a wood note. So let's go ahead and have a sip. Right off the bat, I'm talking black cherry. It's definitely a black fruit wine. I'm getting a little bit of that earthiness, almost like a hayfield or an alfalfa field that's a couple days old after cutting, where it's starting to lose a little bit of that intense cut grass, cut alfalfa note to it, but you can still, it lingers on the air. There are some black pepper notes that I'm getting on the mid palate, and It's a little bit different. I'm shocked I'm seeing this. I'm getting a ginger zest. It's a very sharp ping of ginger. Doesn't last very long. I'm also getting a lot of dark chocolate on the very back end of the palate. The downside to this wine so far, I think it might be the finish. Let's go ahead and have a sip of this just to make sure. Is this a bold wine? This is a medium plus wine. Tannins, I'm going to say it's a medium on the tannins. There's a little bit of an acidic zing there. I'd say it's probably medium to medium plus. No, medium. I'd say medium on the acidity as well. Alcohol, I think. What does it say? I left my reading glasses in my tractor at work. 14.5%. I don't taste the alcohol on this at all, but it is a very, like I said, it's a very bold, medium plus bold style wine. That may be covering up a little bit of the alcohol on this. Sweetness, this is, I would say, off dry. Overall, with the exception of the finish, which I would say the finish on this is probably medium minus. It does not last very long. There are some primary, secondary, and like I said, that there's a little bit of tertiary notes to it. The overall, I mean, for $9, you can't beat this wine. If you are in the Washington State area, if you're in Oregon or Idaho, or even anywhere else, check your Costco's wine bin. Chateau Saint Michelle does send out a lot of their other wines that may not have sold over the last couple of years. This one is, I think, a spectacular wine for $9. I like this. I think my wife will actually like this as well because it is very fruit forward, but it's not sweet. She likes a little bit sweeter fruits. That one probably may not appeal to her, but I do think overall this is a pretty damn good wine. Anyways, let me know in the comments below if you've had the Convert 2017 or if you've had any other Convert style wines from Tennant. Also, Tennant, let me see here. I was going to say the Tennant brand does have, whoops, here we go. The Tennant brand does have a GSM. It's just basically called Tennant GSM. They do have a Syrah. They actually have two different types of Syrah, one from the Yakima Valley, one from Horse Heaven Hills, and they actually have a third Syrah from the Walluk Slope. The Walluk Slope Syrah, to be honest with you, that's actually kind of exciting. Now I will say, if you go to the Elicit Wine Project, and I'll put that link down in the comments section where you can see this wine. Their Tennant GSM, they're very proud of it. It sells for $70 a bottle. Their Syrahs, all three of their Syrahs sell for $40. Their version, wow, they've got a fourth Syrah that I missed called the Pundit. It's another Pundit. Anyways, this one is from the Columbia Valley. So they have a Columbia Valley Syrah, they have a Walluk Slope Syrah, they have a Horse Heaven Hills Syrah, and they have a Yakima Valley Syrah. Wow. Their Columbia Valley Syrah, by the way, so the Columbia Valley is probably more of a Syrah from different vineyards. It sells actually at $25 a bottle. I'd like to try that one. Their Covert, they're listing right now at $22 a bottle for their Covert, but they don't say what year it is. So please check your Costco's first. Anyways, folks, thank you very much for tuning in. Like I said, let me know in the comments down below if you've had the Convert red wine Rhone style red blend. It'd be nice to know what you guys think. Also, if you want to help this channel out, yeah, obviously subscribe, hit the like button, things like that. But if you could, at the very end of the video, a recommendation is going to come up, and if you watch that video, that actually helps out my channel quite a bit more. As always, folks, thank you very much. Some new exciting things are going to be coming up with the channel here very shortly. I do have, by the way, my wine of the year, but I think I'm going to break it into two because I found a really spectacular white wine, and and I found a really spectacular red wine. Let me know also down in the comments if you guys want me to break that up into two, or if you just want me to buckle down and choose the best wine of the year for the end of the year. So anyways, as always, folks, thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Scott. Life is too short for bad wine. This is a damn good wine for $9. Cheers. Love Costco selections.